both. Okay, so this one's pretty good.
Alright.
So today's meeting is going to be, this is actually sales meeting number 14, so we've had 14 of these. So
Where have I been at?
you've been around, I know you've been around. You've been making sales, learning. What do you need?
Looking for my bag. Oh, there it
Oh,
goes.
right there.
I know there's a pen in there. There's a pen notes in my money book.
So today we are working through the DOS conversation. So the DOS conversation, DOS. And the first question I'm going to ask you, you don't have to know the answer, but do you have an opinion or what you would think the difference is between marketing and selling? You know, what would the difference be?
Marketing is just, I would say like product placement.
Okay.
Like how you get the word out.
Okay.
Like
right.
putting, things.
So this is a definition I like. It's getting people pre-interested, pre-motivated, predisposed, and pre-qualified to give you money. So that's where like we're doing in our before unit where we're going to be doing our bag drops, we're going to be doing our email marketing, we're going to be doing our Google marketing, and we're getting people pre-interested, pre-motivated, predisposed, and pre-qualified to make a sale with us or to make a deal with us. And then selling is what we do once our marketing has got them in front of us. Then that's when we go into our selling mode where we study our follow-ups and our closing and all of that stuff. So we've done the marketing, we're in the before unit. That brings them into the selling phase where that's where we're learning to right now to get our specialty and learning to close and all of that stuff, right? So marketing and selling. So today we're going to go over the DOS conversation. So there's an old book, the Robert Collier letter book, and this was one of the original, have you heard of it maybe?
No, I
One of the original books on copywriting, and copywriting is just when you write like a sales letter or anything, even an Instagram post, when you're writing, trying to, get people interested, that's writing copy. So
Okay.
anything copywriting. So he was an expert at that. And his philosophy was a great marketer enters the conversation that's already existing in the prospect's mind. So when you go in to sit down in your meeting tomorrow, you're going to be trying to think, what are they already thinking about? What is in their mind? What are they concerned about in our print, graphic design, marketing, and sign space, right? So we can do this through using the DOS method. So DOS is DOS. And so all sales are a two-way conversation, but you can really make a greater impact on people by asking them questions and solving them rather than just going in and giving them answers. So you actually want to get in their head, ask them questions, and then solve those questions for them instead of just sitting down and saying we can do this, this, and that and giving them answers. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's a two-way conversation, but we always make a greater impact when we ask questions and solve them. So if we're going to ask some questions, the DOS questions, it needs to be totally focused on the prospect and the client. And what does DOS stand for? DOS. So it stands for dangers, opportunities, and strengths. DOS, dangers, opportunities, and strengths. That's where we get the term the DOS conversation. So when we get into a meeting situation, now again, this isn't so much about the front counter, but more on like a formal sit-down type of meeting like you're going to be going into tomorrow. So we're going to ask these three questions relating to dangers, opportunity, and strengths. So the question number one is going to be, what dangers are you dealing with that need to be eliminated currently and in the future? So what are the dangers that they're currently in their business that they're dealing with?
Okay.
So it could be dangerous, could be like there's a new company that's coming up quick on their heels, taking some of their market share, taking some of their business, or maybe they've got a new product out that's better than what your client's got, and it's kind of starting to nudge them out a little bit. So that would be an example of some of the dangers that they're dealing with. Maybe they had their marketing guy quit, and one of the dangers is, they're not really doing any marketing right now because their guy quit, so nobody's doing it, and they're in danger because they're not really getting their name out there or doing stuff like that. So we want to find out from them what are the dangers that they're currently dealing with that we need to eliminate or that need to be eliminated from them. Okay? And now question two, what opportunities do they have right now or coming up that they need to take advantage of? So maybe there's a run of trade shows coming up shortly, and that's usually where they make their money. They go to these trade shows, they're construction, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they go to these trade shows or these vendor shows, and they usually get maybe the next 6 months worth of business out of these 3 trade shows coming up. That's an example. Maybe they've got 3 huge bids and they need to really win those bids so they can take advantage of the opportunity and start bringing in some cash flow and get some new work. So we want to know what kind of opportunities do they have that are coming up that they need to take advantage of. And then the last question is going to be, what strengths do they have that they need to start maximizing? So they might be already using them, but they really need to start leveraging them more and maximizing those strengths that they have, and they're not currently doing that. So we want to figure out what those are. Okay, so we've got the question of what dangers are they currently dealing with that need to be eliminated. What opportunities do they have coming up in the future that they need to take advantage of? And what strengths do they have that need to be maximized or leveraged to a higher capacity? And so when you ask anybody that question, I mean, they can talk for a long time. If you think about all, they could talk on that for hours. And really what you want to do is you just want to be taking notes, getting as much detail as you can about those 3 questions. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use those answers and we're going to develop a plan of action using our services and our products and how we can specifically solve those 3 questions for them using what we offer.
Okay.
So if we can help them eliminate their dangers, seize their opportunities, and maximize their strengths, wouldn't that be the ultimate solution for them to use us, right? And once we know that, if we don't even know what those things are, then how are we going to be able to solve them for them with it unless we ask? So that's where we get the power of asking the questions and solving their exact problems instead of just sitting down and saying, we do this, this, and that. Can we have your business? So again, this is just really totally focused on them, those 3 questions. We're not giving any of our input about what we can do yet. We want to get all the details, hear from them, and then we're going to take all of that information and develop a plan of action for them. And we just need to get inside their mind and just understand their strengths and their weaknesses and see how we can relate it to print, graphic design, marketing, and signs and solve that for them. But anybody that's trying to grow their business, they're going to have dangers, opportunities, and they're going to have strengths. And we can add to all of those with our marketing services, with our print services, with our design services, and everything that goes along with it. So we have a good industry that we're in where we can really help in a lot of those areas, those key areas. So once we've done that, like I said, they're going to have no reason not to do business with us because we're going to solve their problems for them and get them their opportunities, and we're going to maximize and leverage their strengths. So I thought we could do this by testing it on your beard oil business. How does that sound? So if I was to ask you right now, we're sitting down in a meeting, I'm trying to do some business with you, so I'd say, so what are the dangers you're currently dealing with right now in your beard oil business? And what do you foresee as a problem that's happening currently right now as we're sitting here, or in the future that may be a problem coming up?
My marketing.
Okay, so you're maybe not getting your name out there enough?
Yes.
Okay, tell me some, do you have any specific things where you feel like you're not maximizing?
Social media.
Okay, your social media.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then that, and just I guess you would say, like having a place to actually sell it at.
Okay, so finding a good spot to be at where you're consistent.
I mean, other than online traffic, but like foot traffic.
Right, so something, a consistent maybe area where you can go, like a farmer's market or a gun show and sit down. Okay, great. So then if I was to say, what opportunities do you have right now or coming up in the short-term future that you really need to take advantage of?
Well, I do have a gun show that I'd like to set up a booth at, so I would need some signage, like, or like
something to make you look professional.
Exactly.
and established, and like you don't really know what you're doing.
Exactly.
Okay.
So like maybe some some trifolds
Yeah.
or maybe some banners,
Mhm.
table covers,
Okay.
things like that.
Okay. And then what kind of strengths do you know that you have, but you really need to maximize them more? So what are you really good at, but you just need to do more of it or maximize your potential out of it?
Well, my product is fantastic.
Strong?
Yes.
Okay. So what do you need to do though to maximize your strength in that area? What can you do if you're thinking first thing that comes to mind?
Make more of it.
Make more of it, okay. Okay, and then how do you do that?
Just set time time outside of, you know, whatever it is I'm doing, just to like sit back and actually just make, you know, do the process of making the oils.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a hard process. It's
It's
just
got to be done.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so then we'll shorten this a little bit, but so I'm gonna just take your 3 questions and the things that you gave me. So definitely with your marketing at Alpha Graphics, we could definitely help you with all of your collateral, and the collateral is gonna be your trifold brochures, your business cards, which we've helped you with, your product flyer sheets. Maybe you want to have a specific sheet for each of your beard oil products, and you want to give the benefits and the advantages and the features that each of them offer. And then when you go to these trade shows, the papers might do the selling for you, okay? So you don't have to necessarily be talking to 20 people at once. You can say, here's my flyer, I'm right here, let me just read this over. If you have any questions, ask me, and we'll be happy to answer them for you. So we could almost make paper salesman for you using these flyers and these product information sheets, and maybe we could even put a coupon on the bottom there that is well thought out, where you're not going to lose money, but the coupon where you can use that and people can maybe buy it online later if they're not ready to do the deal right now. Okay, so that's a great example. And now an opportunity, so you have a trade show coming up, you want to look professional. At Alpha Graphics, we can set you up with a retractable banner stand, we can set you up with a tablecloth cover, we can set you up with all of that printing we just talked about. And the nice thing is I can do a combo package for you. And if we do all that together, instead of paying individually and paying a little bit more, I could probably do some sort of a combo deal, give you a 10 to 15% off, and we'll do it all at once.
Sold.
Get it out of the way and tailor it to what you need, and then you're going to be ready for your show and have everything all ready to go on the day one, instead of having to go back and forth, whiffle, waffle, and waste time and money. And then you're maximizing your current strength. So you got your beard oil, you need more time to do it, but if you're spending all your time trying to do marketing, it's going to be hard to be building your product. So maybe we can develop some sort of a plan where we can sit down and automate your marketing a little bit. I don't know if it's going to be direct mail, because that might be a little bit out of your budget at the moment, but we can sit down, we can develop some sort of a marketing strategy where you're going to have automated marketing in your before unit. That's going to free up time for you to do the production side of things in the during unit, where it's going to help you really build the product out, while you also have all these automated processes that are marketing and getting your name out there for you. So maybe we could use something like, it's an app called Later, and you can plan out 6 social media posts all at one time while you're sitting down, and then it's going to send them out 6 times throughout the day automatically through their automated app. So that'll be something where you're going to spend an hour building your 6 posts, set it and forget it, and then while you're building your products, beard oil, it's going to be dispersing your social media posts while you're doing work. So using those 3 questions, the dangers, opportunities, and strengths, that's how Alpha Graphics could sit down right now and help your beard oil business grow while you maximize your time to build your product out and grow your business. Would you like to make a deal, sir?
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's just a little example I thought we could do
Okay.
to put the DOS questions or the conversation into action. So it's something to think about. Now, the thing I haven't got nailed down is, do we want to get all that information and give them a solution while we're sitting there like I just did? Or do you want to get all that information and then
Bring it back
and really sit down and focus on it? So I haven't got that far yet. That's something that we can work on together.
I think with time, I can be able to.
Once you know what we do, real nailed down, real confident, you can come up with something right
close
while
the
you're
deal
there.
right there.
Yeah. So that's something I thought was really something valuable that we could use pretty right away. I mean, you could maybe use it at the front counter, but you don't want to be wasting their. You're usually here to get in and get out, so you don't want to spend too much time asking them all these questions at the counter. But
Yeah.
But if they have no idea what they want and they're just in here, that might be, you can do a shortened version of something like that. But that's what I got for us today. The DOS conversation.
That a viewer?
We had one, yeah.
Wave.
Thanks for tuning in. That's all we have for you on this meeting. So like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what you guys think of it. And if you've ever used the DOS conversation and it has worked for you, give us your input and let us know. Appreciate you guys watching.
Well, that was a start. We had one viewer.
Yep. I don't know how long for, but we got one. Cool.
That's how it starts, sir.
Yep. All right, so that was the DOS conversation. We actually applied it to Marcus's business, so I think that was helpful and cool, seeing how it actually worked. And again, like I always like to say, try it out yourself. We're trying it here. We'd love to get your feedback and know if it did or didn't work for you, and how you can improve on that, and we'll give our insight as we try it as well.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll catch you on the next one.